Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Congressman. And I apologize, running around, it's been a busy day. But I, represent the 5th Congressional District in New York, which is basically the Rockaways and Jamaica Bay, which was really devastated by Hurricane Sandy. And so I want to make sure I got the procedures and everything down, because last month a number of individuals in my constituency began to receive mail from the Postal Service informing them about the review process dealing with some of the claims and of underpayment and fraud. So let me just first, I just want to make sure that I'm absolutely clear on what the process is. How I understand it, the homeowners who feel that they undersettled, they will get a 1-800 number that they will call to request a review, and a caseworker, I think, will be assigned to them to complete the file, and that will be done. That takes 30 to 45 days, and then it will be sent to an adjuster who will then contact the policyholder within the next 7 to 10 days. So that puts us 55 to 60 days out when there should be some kind of correspondence there, I guess. And then a final decision with payment will be made in the next 7 to 21 days after the adjuster submits findings and determines the constituent is either eligible for an additional payment out of right. Is that correct?
Congressman, that's mostly correct. Just a couple of adjustments, no pun intended, if you would. The caseworker who will be assigned will be an NFIP certified adjuster who has been specially trained by our program. So the caseworker is the adjuster. There's not another layer in there. In terms of how long it will take to process claims, cycle time will depend on input. So right now we're receiving about 300 to 400 calls and emails a day, and it's not just the 1-866 number people can call. It's on the web page. They can also go online, and they can register online, and then we call them and collect the information and ensure they're eligible. No one should be in the process for more than 90 days. Our target will be to have a significantly lower turnaround time, but it'll depend on cycle time and complexity of the issue. But otherwise, I think you got that pretty much right, sir.
And there's already resources, because sometimes you get into these things set aside because it could be, over 142,000 letters, what I'm understanding, and potential cases. So have resources already been set aside so that we can make those time frames and have the appropriate individuals that's going to do the inspections? That those resources are all there?
Yes, Congressman. So 95,000 letters have gone out as of today. We'll send about another 40,000 or so out over the next 2 weeks. By June 11th, all the letters will be out. People don't need to wait for their letters. They can call now or they can email now if they had a Sandy claim. We have 600 human service specialists. These are people who answer the phone and do intake, fully trained and ready to do this. I've gotten some very positive feedback from your colleagues about your constituents' interactions with them, and I've gone back to them and told them I want them to keep up that up. We have 140 adjusters on staff, and yesterday or today we are awarding a contract for neutrals, because one of the things you didn't mention is that if an insured is not satisfied with what their adjuster caseworker has developed, they can in fact get the services of a complete third-party neutral that we will provide at our cost to really make a final decision on this one.
I meant to make a good point. I meant to ask that question in regards to neutrals. So, but then let me follow up then more about the appeals process. Are there mechanisms in place or being developed to identify genuine claims and mitigate prior to legislation? So absolutely. I don't know, is that occurring?
One of our top priorities and where we are working right now is to overhaul the appeals process. And I would say generally it's the entire NFIP dispute resolution process. It's not just appeals. It's how people are treated in the field with an adjuster. It's how people are treated when they call their insurance company. It's the entire dispute resolution network that's there. We're moving to overhaul all that. The FEMA appeals network, though, will be appointing a new lead here in the next few weeks, and we will be contracting to bring people in to help us do business process improvement with that now.
So those individuals will sit within the FEMA organizational structure?
They do.
Okay. And they are decided, well, in the past, when the victims filed appeals in the past, could you tell me, do you have any idea what the success rates were?
15%, Congressman. If you were a survivor, the average rate of appeal is about 3 to 5% of all claims filed are appealed. And of those, only 15% do we generally recommend to the Write Your Owns that they come up with a different answer. That does not necessarily indicate to me that the process works well. It indicates to me that people may be fatigued by the process and they may be worn down by the process. I don't think we have any internal or intrinsic view to know whether that means we have a well-working process or not. What I saw in the aftermath of Sandy with whether appeals detected wrongdoing or not concerned me enough that I wanted to overhaul the program, and the Administrator has directed me to do so.
Thank you very much. I'm out of time, but I want to thank you for your testimony and wish you success.
Thank you, Congressman.